Hey, and welcome back. This is Bell, and we're playing Stellaris. I'm picking up right where we left off yesterday. Um, just paused it, and I'm actually recording these two episodes back to back, so we can just kind of get a little flow of things going on. So we're gonna just jump right back into things, and hopefully we'll be able to spread our corporate ideas and wealth across the galaxy. Couple things here. We got tradition available. So let's take a look here. We have two options here, or we could open up another one of these, but going down one of the same ones consistently is usually pretty good because that allows for us to get the ascension perks a little bit faster. So we have two options. One, to boldly go. A new age of exploration is upon us. So we once mapped the surface of our homeworld, we must now brave new terrain space. There's a galaxy full of wonder waiting to be discovered. So service paid increased by 35%, and science ship disengaged chance increased by 50%. Basically, what that means is we can survey those stars up quite a bit faster. This one as well. All research learners increased by 1, and science level cap increased by 2. It's nice, but we're pretty early. We're still exploring. Our scientists aren't near the level cap, so this is going to be pretty good. Plus, this leads into this here. And it increases our research station output by 10%, so that helps. But yeah, we'll do this. Yes, good to go. You might have noticed over here, as we're exploring this right here, we got some trade value.
Completed.
And what that means is,
A system survey has concluded.
so this system is trade value. Basically, once we create,
An unusual phenomenon has
this
cropped
one's
up.
pretty quick, 84 days. So basically, once we build a station in that system, we'll be able to collect that trade value based its credits or energy. Excuse me. That we'll be able to use. It's pretty important to do and collect those because if you can get some good of those, you can really get your energy credits flowing. Shouldn't there be... The geological survey at Bintu Ala by the ISS EVA reveals nothing of interest. In fact, it is extraordinarily uninteresting. Its only defining feature is its lack of defining features. There are depressions and elevations, yes, but on the whole, the surface of Bintu can be regarded as unnaturally flat. Likewise, the native flora and fauna are strikingly docile and unworthy of attention. So no tile blockers on that. That's cool. Our governor gained a trait. Through hard work and experience, governor has developed new skills. Okay. Normally you can put a research station on these, but I'm not quite sure why. Oh, we can't. Planet has an anomaly. Okay, so we have to research this anomaly before we can do the research station. That makes sense. He's gained a skill or a level. He's clear blocker cost and crime is down. So, cool. And this planet here is capable of being settled by anybody. This is another quick 100 days. Yeah, we'll research that. So this scientist here at level 4 has jumped up quite a bit for his levels because of
A
that.
system survey has concluded.
I'm actually going to send you here to do the research anomalies because
A system survey
it's
has
going to be a
concluded.
little bit quicker for you to do that one. Science officer that reports that X9984 is covered from pole to pole in a web-like network of electrical filaments. These networks respond to external stimuli. The SS, like it, experimented with sending a low voltage pulse to the surface, which resulted in a wave of illumination that rippled through the network like a circuit board. Even more remarkably, the webs rearranged themselves. Second low voltage polls revealed that the filaments had been organized into a new pattern centered around where the previous pulse had contacted the surface. Othep concludes that this discovery confirms his long-held theory that life can exist as almost purely electrical impulses, independent of cellular or viral structure. Okay, that's pretty cool. Fascinating. Oh, we get some research added to that. And Othep gained a level. Nice. I'm really digging these free levels we're basically getting. Alright, so I think for you, I'm going to... Actually, for you, I kind of want to...
A system survey has concluded.
survey up this way a little bit. Alright, we're going to pause real quick. So we're going to head down this way, get the extra research. Yes, that'll help. I mean, it's 10%, so it's not like the most, but it adds up over time. This is going to be a nice survey system for us to get. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to send our person over here to just build the starbase there. Because what I kind of want to do is I want to lock down the different avenues. I want to get to here. I want to get here. And I want to get to here, basically. Signs of battle. There's clear evidence that a massive space battle took place in close orbit of Banago. So that's this one here. At some point in the last 5,000 years, the surface of one side of the moon is pockmarked with craters from stray weapon blasts, and scans from the ISS Koptep have picked up several hulks on the ground. Though these wrecked ships are all in very poor condition, the fact that anything remains at all after the damage they must have sustained is a testament to their advanced design. Science Officer Enon is preparing an expedition to sift through these derelict hulls for any valuable technologies. Intriguing. So that special project. So what that does is gives me you, and we can do the research project in the system.
Strange happening.
Yeah, we can definitely research that. That's quick. So this 6th trade is going to be able to become in because we have our shipyard here. If we look at the starbase, we have a shipyard and a trade hub here. So the collection range, you can see, says +1 on that. So that means we can actually collect the trade in one system outside of here. So one connection over. A small, short-range transmitter has been located on the surface of Hiram 1. It appears to be an ancient survey marker placed here eons ago to mark a large deposit of precious metals. The miners it was meant for evidently never arrived, as the deposit is still there. So add 4 minerals to Hiram. Nice. Alright. Things are flowing along. Habitable World Survey. We now know without a doubt that a thriving biosphere is not something unique to Exeter. Both the scientific community and the public at large are eager to learn more about the various forms of alien life found throughout the galaxy. Efforts to catalog life forms we encounter are already underway, but our xenobiologists have urged us to focus our planetary survey efforts on habitable, life-bearing worlds. You know what? It's a commendable initiative. We want to know about all the life out there.
Construction venture completed.
Alright, so you can see that the symbol for this trade went away, but what happened is it actually came up here, and you can see that trade is at 42.35 there. So that's what we're actually getting extra from that. So build mining stations. Now I'm holding shift here.
A study has been completed.
Alright, let's pause this real quick. So I got this selected. I'm holding shift, and I'm gonna just build the research station. So that'll queue up all the stuff that's trying to construct in here. Engineering. Let's see what we can do. Well, I think what we'll do is we'll actually do the Corvette build stuff because we haven't really uh, built up our military at all, which we'll definitely be doing soon. We're holding off on that a little bit. But 10 minerals here, that's a pretty strong number. Oh, and one thing to note here, so we got unemployed pops in this place. So if we look here and we see, we got one unemployed worker. Now we can't build any new buildings till we hit 35 pop. We're at 34, so we're not quite there. Well, what we can do is build one of these here. How's our housing? Housing, we got 2 available. Entertainment's good, or amenities. No available jobs, so what we'll do is... What do we think we need? We probably just want to do a city district. Yeah, we'll just build one of those. It adds 5 housing, 1 clerk job. So we'll get the housing we need and get the clerk job. And then once we grow one more.
Strange happenings afoot.
Alright, we got another anomaly. Yes, we'll research that. That was quick. One of the things cool, so Gaia worlds. Gaia worlds are 100% habitable by every species. They're just like utopia worlds, basically. Think a world of pure, just tropical islands and just perfect. That's what those worlds are. Towed asteroid. For some reason, someone has towed an asteroid into a stable orbit around Kid 5. That's over here. The massive engine sections and braking thrusters can still be found on the surface, though they have long since been rendered inoperable. Whoever did this also mined the asteroid for minerals, but these operations were seemingly abandoned shortly after they began. That's interesting. We get some added research to that.
An unusual phenomenon has cropped up.
Alright, we'll let this one go because we have this guy here who's been working on things, and I think they will have a better opportunity to get through some of these a little bit quicker. Ooh, we got this again. So we're going to actually go down this path now because we'll get science and we'll get the level cap, so that'll be nice. Leader experience gain plus 25% and leader level cap increased by 1. And then pops working with research have their upkeep reduced by 20%. We're going to work on getting ourselves down this path here.
A study has been completed.
Alright, let's take a look.
An anomaly has been discovered.
So, research station output plus 10%. We're going to deal with that right now. This is pretty quick, 100 days. We'll research that. New research. Alright, so this is
A
good.
system survey has concluded.
So, server speed plus 25% and automatic exploration. That makes things a whole lot less micromanaging. We'll definitely do that. And Ute colony. Nice. Signs of Ute development can be found all across Toraga. I believe that's over here. And the planet must have experienced limited terraforming at some point. One region in the northern hemisphere is some kind of massive graveyard. No Ute settlements can be found nearby, but there are many monuments marking burial sites. With a low birth rate and an average lifespan close to 1,000 years, each Ute death was treated as a significant event, and much emphasis was placed on burial ceremonies. Very peculiar. But we get ancient graveyard.
The situation log has been amended.
Didn't we have... So we actually have Mount Graveyard Expedition and Ancient Graveyard. That's actually very interesting. So research project assistant, make sure they get both of those done. Alright. Encounter. Oh, we have. Oh my goodness. So we have beta and gamma aliens that we've encountered in Lombitus. And news of alien ships humming through the ether have reached Exeter. In many ways, ending the first chapter of the book of the Malarnock systems bid for a stellar empire. Intriguing. Alright, so that's way over here. So what that tells me is I want to get this and get this locked down, and get over here. Because we don't want our space being taken over by outside people. And one of the things that we can do, because the situation log has it, is we have this, we can investigate them. Basically, it's like learning how to speak their language. And finishes in 19 months. That's a long time. And right at the moment, I'm not super in a rush to do that, especially at a kind of hindrance to our own technologies. And then we got this one here, the precursors thing. So there, well, we had that queued. So we'll let that go. Fascinating.
Construction venture completed.
There you go, we'll do that. We'll actually build the starbase here so that we can claim that. And then we'll come back this way.
A system survey has concluded.
Over here, and we'll claim this system.
A special project is complete.
Nice. Alright, so this was one of the graveyard ones. The team under Science Officer Enon has finished their expedition on Bonango and returned to the ISS Coptep. Sadly, the wrecked starships on the surface were too badly damaged to recover any useful technologies. These vessels were clearly very advanced, however, and we could gain valuable engineering insights if we analyzed the way they were designed. We should consider the construction of permanent science outposts in orbit. Nice. So we get experience and 3 science added to that. That's huge. And that science ship is going to start doing the other one as well.
A study has been completed.
No, we're just going to run straight over here and do this one. Alright, this science ship. Alright, so this science ship, I'm going to survey, hold shift, and we're just going to actually send you up this way, and I think kind of explore this little sector here. Research. It's a monthly Unity, so that's this year. Unity is huge because that's what helps us, and additional edicts, campaigns, but the monthly Unity of +2, always good, especially early in the game, so. Almost wonder if I need to actually
A special project is complete.
get a second construction ship so we can get some of these systems going faster. But we're kind of limited on the speed at which we can do because we only have +3 influence, because each time we build an outpost it costs influence 75 of it. So if we're outpacing how quickly we can build outposts, then there's no use to having 2 construction ships, but could be useful. In archaeological project complete. This is the other burial one. Excuse me, archaeological digs on Pirantaraga have revealed that most of the graves were looted in the millions of years since they were first dug. Likely as a result of the Ute custom of burying their dead with jewelry and other extravagant gifts. In a pile of things discarded by the looters, the archaeologists have found a large doll resembling an adult Ute. They speculate that it may have served as a good luck charm or a memento of some kind. An interesting fact, So we get one U artifact, so that gives us one step closer. And society research gained is 144. So that's awesome. And now the science ship
A
doesn't have
system
anything to do.
survey has concluded.
Ooh, we found rare crystals. Extremely effective at focusing laser beams. That could be useful once we can... We're going to have you research those anomalies here. And we have another science ship that doesn't have anything to do with this one here. Alright, we'll just send you to do these couple planets here. Excuse me. So this is communications established. The Husco Corporate Union. Oh dear. So, first contact. Chief Executive Officer Ketra greets you. The way forward lies in our hands, Huskoids, and you will find yourself no match for us, Huskoids. I think we're going to try to keep things kind of on the, less conquery, more we're going to just own you kind of thing. So, first alien encounter. The news that we have encountered intelligent alien life for the first time has been received with mixed feelings by our populace. This confirms that we had long suspected we're not alone in the galaxy. Each new alien species we encounter represents both an opportunity and a threat. We must be wary. These particular xenos have a level of technology similar to our own, indicating that we achieved spaceflight at roughly the same time. This changes everything. And the next hub. Interesting. Excuse me. The next hub. Again. Machine intelligence. Oh dear. Okay, so you can see here.
An unusual phenomenon has cropped up.
Oh, this is quick. Research and pause. Okay. So you can see here, roughly the same size. So we've been kind of doing things at the same time. So you can see here, machine intelligence, artificial intelligence network, ethics. So they're like a conscious mind. Basically means they are like the Borg. Factory overclocking and maintenance protocols. So that's cool. Excuse me. A little wary of us to begin with, but nothing crazy there. And then over here we have ruthless capitalists, so authoritarian fanatic militarists. Oh dear, okay. Civics, public relations experts, and ruthless competition. So they're another corporation like us. I'm going to improve relations with them, so we can send someone here. Except that'll improve relations, just to make sure that we keep on their good side. We'll see which one of these two actually get to land with us first, because I don't see myself wanting to go push too far this way. It's going to cause some weird conflicts with them, so we'll just kind of stick to our little neck of the woods here. And you can actually see here, so we got one unemployed again, but we have our slot open. So what do we want to look at? I usually like to put this down because it gives us society, it gives us unity, so it's pretty good in that sense. It does use some consumer goods, but I think it'll work out well for us. So it's a good early sort of building to kind of put in there. Give us a few jobs, make sure we get space, all that good stuff. And I think in the shipyard I am going to build a construction ship. Asteroid collision. So a large mineral-rich asteroid collided with Zudra. Okay, so that's over here again. C. At some point during the previous 1,000 years in what must have been a major impact event, an abundance of minerals can now be found on the moon in the vicinity of the impacted crater. Nice. So we get a bunch of extra
A
minerals up
system
here.
survey has concluded.
Comet sighted. Small celestial objects with pronounced gaseous and particulate tails was recently observed in the Grim Shepherd system. Is passing what's uneventful. If anybody's ever played Europa Universalis 4, you would know that a comet sighted would probably be bad.
Construction venture completed.
With that, we're gonna just go straight to build that. The probability conundrum. We have gotten a report from Science Officer Enon. It seems that a ceramic container is circling the star Othvomia. That's over here. Most peculiar. It should obviously not be there, yet somehow it has managed to find its way into a close orbit. A special project can be issued to investigate the container and try to deduce how it ended up there. You know what? That is a conundrum worth investigating.
The situation log has been amended.
So what we'll do is we'll just throw that here. We'll do the research project in the system. We get this construction ship, and I'm just gonna throw it down here to start this base. So if anybody is confused about a teapot around a star, just Google that, and you'll see why it's sort of a weird conundrum. Okay, so we got one more step closer to our discovery. Leader level cap, experience gained faster, so that's gonna be great. And let's keep going.
Strange happenings.
We will research that, that's pretty quick. About to finish building, that'll be good.
Construction venture
No
completed.
more, and then construction's completed.
Construction venture completed.
Alright, we got a lot going on here. Massive crater on Zudra, so another one right up here. Appears to be the result of a collision with a starship. From the size of the crater, we suspect that a ship exiting a hyperlane at maximum velocity rammed the moon for reasons unknown roughly 10,000 years ago. Think about that freaking impact. That would be insane. Everyone aboard was vaporized. The EBAT has picked up residual subspace echoes near the crash site, reminiscent of a collapsed hyperparticulate field. But as the ship itself disintegrated on impact, the theory cannot be verified. That's pretty remarkable. That's cool. We got some research stuff going on. Alright, so construction ship, what you're going to do is you're going to build the mining station and the research station here. And you, what we're going to do for you, whoops, is we're going to have you do your mining stations and research stations here. Alright, so we're kind of blocked off a good chunk of space here to start with. I think that'll be satisfactory for now. And we'll get back to it.
An unusual phenomenon has cropped up.
Yep, research, only 100 days. Now notice we only have like 35 influence, so we gotta slow down on the expansions here, but we'll get these done. Oh, a couple things here. So, valued customers, we care. In fact, we would like to celebrate our mutual friendship by supporting our independence from aggressors. The hostile fleet is now at your disposal. Guarantees the independence of our empire. If we are attacked, they will automatically come to our defense. So that's cool. We got ourselves like a little help there. So that's cool. I like that. And that's mainly because if we look here, right, we're you know, improving relations with them. They're feeling protective of us, and they have an overwhelming fleet capacity from us. Well, we haven't really done much with our fleet, so that makes sense. Um, we could form a commercial pact, and I think I'm gonna try to do that because that way we could put some corporate offices in their place. So what was previously thought as a gigantic skeleton to be assorted mountains in the southern hemisphere of Zudra 3, 2, so that's up here as well, have been identified as massive skeletal remains of a single colossal alien life form. The bones have been dated at 3.4 billion years old, but our scientists have ruled out that Zudra 2 could have supported life on that scale at any point in the planet's history. Science Officer Mo has prepared a special research project to delve further into this mystery.
The situation
So
log has been amended.
that's a interesting sort of tongue-in-cheek reference to, if anybody's ever read the Ender's Game series. And they've accepted so that's awesome, which means I want to go to their, can I go to their homeworld? Where's the homeworld? Right here. Corporate, can I, corporate authority? What about our planet? Okay. Playing new with the corporate stuff, so that's to be expected on my part. Elevation ceremony. Yes, the elevation ceremony. Ever since the Malarnock takeover of Exeter, the transformation of gyroids into Malarnocks has been shrouded in ritual. Once every 10 years, a date which is rapidly approaching, the apprentices gather in the Chamber of Elevation for a special ceremony. What exactly happens to them is a closely guarded secret known only to a select few, but when they emerge, they do so as Malarnocks. Let the preparations begin. So at the end of this year, all necrophytes on Exeter will be converted into Malarnocks. And it takes place every 10 years on each Malarnock planet with a Chamber of Elevation. So that one locus spot that I pointed out.
A system survey has concluded.
Alright, so this construction ship is done. I will make you do mining stations there and there. This science ship has completed surveying. So I'm just going to keep you going up this way, I think. We'll just survey out some of these places. We'll just do that little spot. And we'll keep going.
A special project is complete.
Alright, special project completed. After continued studies of the massive skeletal remains found on Zudra 2, some of our Science Officer Mo has concluded that the creatures serve as some kind of organic starship. Much smaller bones from at least three separate species were found within the larger skeleton. We assume these came from members of the crew. For unknown reasons, this organic starship suffered catastrophic damage and crash-landed on Zudra 2. While we cannot begin to understand the biological engineering necessary to grow a starship like this, the study of these bones alone has substantially advanced our knowledge. So, the giant skeletal remains kind of brings back the callback to Ender's Game, but the living starship makes me think of the Lex, which was a show on Sci-Fi Channel. Look it up. very unique show. Alright, how are we doing? We got 3 pops converted. Nice. We can see that here. This one's working on that project. Almost done.
A special project is complete.
Oh, okay, okay. Alright, we'll do this one first. We have tried everything in order to find out how this ceramic pot ended up in a stellar orbit. Maybe we're all crazy. Maybe it does not even exist. Guess what? We tried calculating around those facts as well. We are done. There's nothing more we can do here. The only plus side to this is that we have had tons of time to spend on philosophical and economical questions, and we could not stomach to keep investigating that damn thing. Why? 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 It's a conundrum. Alright, so what did we get? We got 150 unity out of it. Nice. That's 2 star systems that we can take. That's awesome. Alright, and we got a strategic resource discovered. Volatile motes. A tremendous amount of energy which could be exploited in energy production as fuel or even as explosives. Very cool.
A system survey has concluded.
Alright, you are done there. I'm going to send you here to do
Construction venture
this
completed.
anomaly here. And you finish that one, so we're going
A
to send
system
you
survey has
backwards to this one
concluded.
and this. Okay, so we're going to take our last tradition in discovery, faith in science pops, working in research. So we're going to take that. That actually unlocks the ascension perks. And these are one of the things that really can push your species to the next level. They do different things. One of the ones I like to do, especially considering we went down the discovery perk, which is all about research and discovery and stuff like that, is technology ascension. So research speed plus 10%. It's always a good thing to get. And rare technologies appear 1.5 times the normal rate. So instead of 1% chance, it's a 1.5% chance. Other things we could be do: one vision, that's helps with unity. Dominion, starbase influence costs, and claim influence costs reduced, so that could be good for expanding quickly. Especially 20% on star influence costs at 75. You're talking, that's like a 15 off. The notion, so unlocks the raiding bombardment stance. So that's kind of allows us to abduct pops from prestige planets and resettle them on our own worlds. That's fun. One vision, that was unity. Master of nature, so clear blockers for increased number of planets. Edict capacity plus 2. Learning, so this is leader level cap and experience. And universal transactions, so branch office costs 15% less. Commercial packs no longer cost unity or influence to maintain. We'll probably want to get this one maybe once we get prosperity, but I think we'll want to do technology at first because technology is key. Okay, so I'm gonna actually call it there for today. Thanks for joining me, and have yourselves a fantastic day. Hopefully the new year's going well for you, and be good, be safe, have fun.